Hello everyone, my name is Uthris and welcome to a little bit of a pre-beta footage of Crosswind on the channel. Went ahead and tried to make something here in a short amount of time. By short, I mean I think I put in about 60 hours so far, harvesting resources, progressing, gearing up a little bit in the game. But I wanted to make a little bit of a video covering kind of what I managed to put together using the build kit available in the current version. So far, I'm actually really liking the flexibility and the overall looks, vibes, and feels of the game. So this is my tavern here along a beach here in the foothills biome. I feel like, you don't always want to compare games directly to other ones, but this is essentially like Valheim, but with pirates in terms of the building feel and the progression and things like that. It feels very much like that, which is great because pirates are awesome. If you don't have pirates, you must have Vikings or ninjas. So those are your three options of themes. If you can't have all three, then go for one really well, and I think this game does it. So this is my pub that we named on Raptor Stream, the Shady Corner Pub. Name and patent pending, and it's not fully detailed out. Sadly, the access is kind of ending. I'm going out of town, but the overall build is complete here. So it's kind of like a standard English pub on the first floor of the right structure, with a little bit of a inn, kind of renting rooms on the left structure, and then my residence is kind of above the pub itself. So, not every tavern needs to have rooms to rent, honestly, in my opinion. I just have some rooms because you can hire NPCs in this game. So let's go through a little bit of a tour. So, obviously with buildings like this, I tend to do kind of a nice stone frontage. It kind of weighs the building down. It makes sure it has enough foundation to hold the weight of the stories above. And if you go into the pub, the lighting is just one of those things that I really like in the game. It's very dynamic. I'm trying to keep it a little bit moody. A lot of side lights on all the animals hanging up here in the bar. Got plenty of seating. I don't know if there's more things that I need to unlock to get like more wooden seatings, but right now I have thatch in here. I think the comfort rating of this base right now is 32, 31, something like that. But we have little details, little books and maps on tables, bowls stacked up here, and the large buffet table, a little bit of a shady nook. The windows, some of them can open and close, which I love the interactability of a lot of the items on here. It's super great. Timber frame kind of supports for the floor, and normally, I'm known to do speed builds and things like that on this channel. I just didn't have the time to stream or do anything like this. So back here, serving counter with, again, more bowls, cups, parchment, maybe a little bit of a log here on the counter. Definitely a good amount of serving space. We got our millstone. We got back here the kitchen area, which is where I can do some alchemy. I don't have a room for every specific thing. If I had more time, I would probably build up buildings for every crafting area, but this is where our tannery is. Some storage. I love the fact that all these storage items have like the same inventory space. It's just you can mix and match and make little custom storage areas that kind of look and feel a little bit more lived in. We got our serving counter window, of course, which, if it's open up, it gives another layer of depth to this. Little seashells hanging up. This is probably the most decorated room here, because this is where we were kind of living from initially for the longest time. And it took a while to build, for sure, to harvest all these resources. Back door goes to the back deck area, which we'll cover, I think, here in a second. But let's go ahead and look over here. This staircase up to the wraparound porch, path, walkway along the tower. This is the entrance to our home. I have my farmer workstation up here for now, so our farmer is apparently very sweaty. He's been in the fields all day. This is my craft room in the current state. Again, I think I would like to move this out into its own buildings and things like that long term, but for now, this is where I craft all the armor and weapons and maintenance. For the base, we got our own little hearth, which has a nice little wooden trim. Along here, you can do cooking here or downstairs in the tavern. It all pulls from the same inventory base, so that's great. This way, we have my current spawn point and bedroom. Just some nice clay candles, some more books on a shelf, and vases, and my little bed, and little detail pieces. Like the window here with some bottles visible from outside when I have this window open. Upstairs, this was going to be more bulk storage when I got around to it, but sadly I just did not have time. All this, I wanted to do some nice exposed timber framing, maybe a loft feel to it, but we'll have to come back to Crosswind when it actually comes out on release, I think, and revisit some building concepts and ideas. And maybe even play with some people from the community on stream. So right now it's just lit up so I can kind of see the roof line as I was working up there. If we head down and across the living room, we have our tower. So this is a whole nice supported staircase, wraps around. You have a 15-degree rotation with every build piece. So it's very functional. These guys just get trapped up here. This is where I have my bonfire. This is where you establish your base location. But we got a heck of a view out there to my cutter. My frigate is somewhere, not here, but we just got our cutter out in the bay right now. And our NPCs that are attached to the bonfire are up here. They kind of live and just do everything up here. They never really go downstairs. I hope their kind of walking range gets increased eventually so they can actually go into the pub a little bit more often. A lot of wood, timber beams, a lot of support work. The clay walls for the interior space I think is really good to kind of get away from everything being wood or stone and to have your interior space to be a little bit more of a lived-in area with the clay walls. It just breaks it up a little bit texture-wise. If we come outside, of course we have our porch looking down into the forest kind of area I planted, and I like the trees next to the building now. We have our covered area. It just wraps around the tower, and this takes you to what is going to be just some more seating areas, a deck, a porch. This is covered with cloth because I just wanted to see what I could do with a different building kind of roof type here. So did a little bit of a wood lattice with cloth. Could you have a bunch of little seats and maybe even more storage for the pub if you wanted to here. Great view again of the beach and our boat out that way, which is lovely. This little door will actually take you to the rooms for rent in the tavern. But I think I'll go down there from the front side. Really like the way this door turned out too. It's very cozy. Very, very cozy. For sure. So down here underneath the deck, right, we have some storage, some benches, just some little things in this little alleyway. All the supports for the walk around deck come along here. One old defensive cannon to defend the bay. I don't have enough resources for the second one that would be here potentially in these little tracks. But 2 cannons for potential defense. Here's the back entrance to the pub. And then if we go around this way, we can take a look at the rooms. The rooms are empty. They're not furnished or anything at the moment. This building was kind of an afterthought Obviously, much more effort went into the larger structure as I was trying to progress and build in the game. So these are going to house kind of my NPC crafting area. So the first floor, just a nice little lofted area for some general use hallways. In here, this is where my woodcutters live, which would have furniture eventually, but maybe they're just, they haven't fully moved in yet. They haven't fully moved in. And then this is just another empty room that would just need decorated out, that people could rent out or live in. You can go upstairs to the second level. So there's really only 4 rooms to stay at. They would be probably pretty pricey rooms, for sure, to be so close to a pub like this. But they're nice little cozy areas. Some of the windows open in some of the rooms, some of them don't. And then, of course, you can make it up to the deck from here as well. Nice little tower-like thing here. A little bit of a view of our farm down below. We'll go ahead and take a look at next. Can I jump down this? Nope. All right, staircase it is. Staircase it is. I just really like how moody the lighting is. So those are the rooms. And then down here, this is where farming happens. You can grow your crops for cooking and eating food. It's like Valheim in the sense of food increases your max HP and gives you a stat bonus, and there's different tiers of food. But otherwise, you don't need to eat to survive. You just need to eat to make combat worthy, which is an interesting route a lot of survival games are going, I think, rather than the constant need to eat. Nice different view of the tower. I think I overstated the tower too much. It's cool, but it might be. I think I should have gone with a little bit more of a subtle look for the tops and the roof of that tower. But it's definitely nice with the evening lights coming by. Is that a hostile ship over there? No, that just might be one of my cutters. Oh, okay. I'm slowly planting some trees around just to kind of give this place a little bit more of a little bit more to look at. I've cut down all the trees nearby, so trying to get the greenery back a little bit as the evening sun comes in. We're at the twilight hours. Look at that. I'm very happy with it. I think I'm very happy with the way this turned out. And I hope you guys are excited for Crosswind when it releases. I might end up streaming some actual content when it does. But in the meantime, while we are waiting for this game to come out, we are going to be hosting a new Vintage Story server starting the 25th of this month of July. And it will, I think it'll be a good time. So if people are members of the channel and they want to play some Vintage Story, definitely keep an eye out on Discord for that. In the meantime, I have to go pack and get ready for a 7-hour drive up to West Virginia to see some family. So it's going to be a little bit of a short episode, no actual building or anything like that, just me rambling on about a little 60-hour build. So with that, have a great one, guys. Go ahead, subscribe, become a member today, support the channel, and we'll see you all in the next one.